What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next Coffee and Clash video. As always, you guys, please leave me some questions in the comments for future videos. You always do a great job, so I know you will leave me some good ones for the next video. Let's get to the questions. Rely T. Or is that, yeah, Rely T, okay. CNC question, do you think you will do an updated version of the base building series? This should be very helpful and would love to see this. Thanks, Jake, long-time subscriber. Love your vids. Yes, man, I know I've gotten that request a ton. The only thing is it will probably only be an update to Town Hall 10 and then a new one for Town Hall 11. I've just got to find the right person, the right base builder in the clan that wants to help me do it and get it done, because those things take a long time to put together. There's a lot of information that goes into them. But I do want to do it, and I will try to get that done for you guys in the semi-near future. B. Hobbs, CC question, clone spell, question mark. Yeah. This has been a question that I've been thinking about. Another one here from Aaron Hehe. Is that how you say that? What is the deal with the clone spell? Does anyone at OneHive use them? I have yet to see them in my wars or your wars or any other vids. Any word from FC if they're going to buff the spell, like reducing the spaces or making the clones permanent. Thanks, Jake. Big fan. You know, I'm a little surprised by it, honestly. I thought the clone spell would be utilized pretty quickly, and we haven't seen it. I've not seen it that I've noticed in any of the war attacks that I've seen from the clan. Not saying that won't happen. But no, I don't even know if I've seen people really messing with it in the friendly challenge, which is sort of strange. You think people would be trying some different stuff there, but I don't know if it's not effective. I haven't played with it myself, obviously, but if it's just not effective, or if people just haven't put the time in to really mess with it because other things are working so well right now. But that's definitely a good question. It's something that I'm sure Supercell's looking at, surely, because I don't know. If anyone's really using it right now. Maybe there are, if you guys are using it, or if you're seeing someone at clan use it with any success, leave a comment below, let me know. But definitely something I'm sure they're looking at, just like when the bowlers first came out and nobody was really using them. I know they tweaked them a few times, so we'll see. We'll see if something comes out with to buff the clone spell a little bit, make it a little more viable. But it could simply be just on the part of the players that just haven't picked it up yet. So maybe something is coming eventually with that. Anthony Waldner. Hey, Jake CNC, do you think prep day should be reduced to 6 hours or even shorter? It seems so long now that you can't really scout or anything. I feel like you have no idea what you're up against until battle day starts. 48-hour war is just too long. I've gotten this question a lot. It seems like it's a pretty popular thing. For some reason, for me though, I just don't have any desire to see the prep day greatly reduced or even removed, as some people have suggested. Just say get rid of it. I personally need that time. I need that downtime to do videos, to just all the things that I've got going. I would not want back to back wars, with no prep day in between. 6 hours, that's going to really start throwing a kink into international clans like ours. Where it's just going to really be odd times people have to attack. I know they still have 24 hours to do it. I don't know. I think no. I would vote no. But it does seem to be a popular suggestion, so maybe there's some kind of compromise in there. Maybe just bringing it down to 18 hours or something like that would be fair enough to move things along a little quicker. I know what you mean. There is some downtime, but you have to sort of also look forward a little bit. I know in the game right now there's not a lot to do, but what if we do get those 5 versus 5 wars? What if they do put it in the game where in friendly challenge you can instantly build armies? And I think a lot of things could change to where you're okay with having that downtime to enjoy other parts of the game. So we'll see, but it's definitely a common thing that I've seen, people kind of wanting that. So you never know what's coming. David Exley, do you think you would have still made a Clash of Clans channel if you had not found or / been accepted to OneHive and went to another war clan? I don't know. That's an interesting one because I've told the story before about how I started doing it. Firelord Jono was an old school OneHive member, and he did several sort of quote war recaps, and people just loved him. And so that's what sort of gave me the idea. He was in school, didn't have time to continue doing it, and I was like, hey, I've got a few hours a night, I can do this. So if I went to another clan, would I have even been exposed to something like that and got the idea to do it? or if I did, would the person that started it just continue to do it full time, and been the one that started the channel that that took off? There's a lot of variables that go into that, and so it's hard to answer. But it is interesting to think about how things did work out, because it just sort of was the perfect scenario, with being surrounded by all these great attackers, and at the time so little good information out there about how to do solid 3-star attacks. And so once I saw how much of a demand there was for it, obviously the rest is sort of history. That it just sort of went with the flow, and continued to put things out, continued to make videos, and the channel has continued to grow. So that's because of you guys, and you guys spreading the word and telling your clanmates about it, and showing them what's possible and all that. But yeah, it all started back when Fire Lord Jono sort of started the idea for me. I know people were doing videos, but just sort of the way he did the quote recap angle he took on it, I really liked. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but maybe not. Might never have heard of me if it wasn't for me joining OneHive. Who knows? Micah Big Country LSUC. Jake, what is Supercell doing, if anything, about clans with burner accounts? It should be easy to identify the clans they are banning low-level accounts on that, so that also have high-level accounts. Yeah, it's frustrating, and I know it is for you guys, especially at clans that have all, if not most, Town Hall 11, things like that. You see it a lot there. And all I can say is that they're fully aware of it. They know exactly what's happening, and they are working on a solution. Now, what does that mean? I have no idea. It's not that I can't tell you. I'm telling you, I have no idea. All I know is I've pointed it out to them. People like Ash, Powerbank, all the people that are in these backroom channels have voiced their opinions about it and said, "Hey, this is something that needs to be addressed." It's very frustrating for people that are running into it, and I know that Supercell does plan to address it. How? Who in the world knows? But hopefully it's soon, because that's a pretty easy loophole. But I do not think they're going to sit back and say, "Oh, well, they outsmarted us, and that's that." That's not how this is going to end. That's not how it's going to go down. So, there's always going to be people that are trying to push the limits, that will take it to that next level to get an advantage. But the bottom line is, it's been reduced so much, and the risk is so high of something happening. They've already shown their willingness to permanently ban. I think that again, that stuff like that is at an all-time low since it was invented, and that it will do nothing besides continue to decline as Supercell takes more steps and more measures to make sure that these guys know that they're serious about it. So hang in there if you can. I know it's frustrating, but trust me that they are aware of it. Brian Klein, CNC. A few weeks ago, just pre-friendly challenge update, Galadon had a stream where you, Ash, and a few others were on. Would there ever be a chance at, say, once a month or so that the available NDA guys would get together and do a podcast or stream? I think many people would greatly enjoy it from all aspects of the game. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to reach out to Galadon and see if he would be open to something like that. But, there's no question that would be big. It would be fun for probably a lot of people that want to come in and ask questions and get what information that we can give. I had a good time doing it. I think it was important stream that he did, and I was glad that he was willing to do it. So maybe we could sort of organize something like that in the future. Where we could do that once a month. That would be pretty cool, I think. So let me see. Let me try to. I've got a busy weekend with Chicago Live and all that stuff. But let me sort of reach out to him next week and see if he's open to something like that. Sam Nunn. Hey Jake, if Supercell made a scrimmage type war game mode, 5 versus 5, if you could pick any 4 players in the world, retired or still active, based on skill, to be on your team, who would it be? Keep the great vids, man. Interesting question, but probably not going to like my answer, because I probably wouldn't even base it on skill. I would base it on people that I would enjoy getting on TeamSpeak with, and having a beer and having some fun. That's more where I'm at. I'm not the best player in the world. I'm not even close to the best player at OneHive. So for me to try to stack a team would be kind of not fair to take all the best players and put them on my team when I'm not even in the top 5. So it would just be guys I enjoyed hanging out with that I knew were good. I mean, obviously I'm a competitive person and I want to win at things that I play, but it would be more of a relaxed thing for me. That kind of game mode would. Now, who knows? If it was something that there was ELO and there was rankings and there was all kinds of stuff like that, maybe I would change my stance on it. But just saying, okay, right now, what would you do? I would just pick some guys that I like hanging out with and have some fun with it. But I really, really hope something like that's coming. I almost think it has to be. We've begged for it. We've talked about it. I know that Supercell has, I don't know if I'd even say hinted at it, but they've not been like, no, that's no good. It's not been that kind of reception. So hopefully they're working on something like that. We'll see. And our last question today comes from Chief Ethan, Clash of Clans. What do you think about the Grand Wardens or having a limit to how many of the same type of troop that the aura can affect? You have previously mentioned that you think the Warden needed a nerf. You can't go around nerfing all those troops when making them powerful as the Warden. Yep, I did say that. And this would be the perfect prevent attacks like Mass Bowler and promote Go Bajo and AQ Loon. Not sure if this is good for the state of Town Hall 11 in the short term, but it definitely is for the long term. Also, I'm a Town Hall 8, so I don't know anything. Well, no, man, I think that's a fair suggestion because it is. When it first came out, you had the witches, and then you had the Valks, and then now you got the bowlers, and it sort of is the fact that the reason these mass attacks are working is that Grand Warden, in my opinion. It gives them too many hit points. It gives them the ability to have invulnerability for a small time. And when you can have that many troops and you can range them up and you can put jump spells where they can ignore walls, it's just a race against the clock. And you're putting out so much damage, and the defenses are only able to feed back so much damage before they're taken out. And it is one of those things to where when you have that invulnerability and just the ability to spam your spells and get all those troops in there, they can just take the base out before the base can deal enough damage to them. So yeah, I think some kind of cap on his ability would be very interesting to be at least tested. See what it's going to look like, see how it's going to go, because in the state of the game right now, mass bowlers, I'm seeing more and more out of Town Hall 11, getting 3 stars, and it's just a spam attack. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a spam attack, and I don't think anybody wants that. So we'll see. I think if more and more 3 stars at Town Hall 11 show up from this, which I think they are, you're going to see Supercell probably do something. If it's just dip attacks that is successful on, maybe they're slow to move. But when it's actual Town Hall 11s, 3-star in Town Hall 11s, and it's just a spam attack, I don't think they want that. They didn't want it with hogs. They didn't want it with witches. I don't think they want it with bowlers. So we'll see. But no, I think that's a fine suggestion, even coming from a Town Hall 8. Makes perfect sense to me. Some way to nerf nerf the Warden instead of trying to run around and nerf every troop that someone finds a way to spam. You saw the video that I put out of the spam miner attack. It was just mass miners, and the word is that works on some of Town Hall 11s as well. So I really do believe it's the Warden. I think it's something that needs to be done, but we'll see. Who knows what they're testing behind the scenes on their servers. To try to find some balance there, because I know they are more focused on balance these days than they used to be. So we shall see. Great question, though. All right, guys, that is it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.